All right, there are 129 FBS schools. The college football playoff has room for 4 of them. Heather Dinich here. You deal with the people. This is the playoff predictor. It's a number cruncher. For the moment, ignore this because these are not the rankings. It's not Clemson, Notre Dame, Alabama, Ohio State. We'll get to that in a moment. First off, though, let's go with Ohio State because now they've upset the apple cart by taking out Michigan, who was number 4. So as you see it, that does what to the rankings coming Tuesday?
Well, I think they get a little bit of boost. Obviously, Michigan falls out. So I think the selection committee on Tuesday goes with Alabama and Clemson. Selection committee chair Rob Mullins has said those 2 teams have separated themselves from everybody else. And then I think Notre Dame stays at number 3 with a win at USC. Number 4, Georgia gets a boost. And then I think Oklahoma still has the edge over Ohio State for the 5 and 6 spots.
Okay, so now we go to the predictor where we've got Clemson 98% chance to make the playoff. USC, that's a win for Notre Dame, so they jump up to 99. So these 2 look like they're home. Notre Dame doesn't have another game. So their resume is complete for what they're going to see. Clemson, they pretty much think they're going to take care of Pitt. Alabama has to play Georgia in the SEC Championship. We'll get to that game after we talk about what eventually, because somebody's going to lose there, becomes sort of the Ohio State-OU argument. And we see that where? Because Ohio State's put up one really good game, and OU's put up a bunch of stinkers defensively, but still wins.
On paper, these teams are so similar that it would be a very difficult debate for the selection committee. When you look at what Ohio State has done, they have the best win against Michigan. They have the worst loss against Purdue, a 6-6 team. Oklahoma went on the road and beat West Virginia. That's good. Their loss to Texas, not so bad. And then when you think about what these teams, what they can do in their conference championship games, with Ohio State beating Northwestern, a ranked team.
Right.
Okay, Oklahoma possibly getting a better win against Texas. So when the selection committee sits down, it will boil down to that if everything else holds, which is why on Tuesday night, do pay attention to where those 2 teams are, because while it's not a definitive answer of what they might do for that 4th spot, it's certainly an indication of what they might be thinking.
If Oklahoma goes down there to Arlington and beats Texas, does that erase the first result, or does it just go, here's another result?
It says here's another result. It doesn't take away the fact that they lost, but they lost a close game on a neutral site. And here's the thing, there will be selection committee members in that room who will have a problem with the fact that Oklahoma has given up 40 points in each of its past 4 wins.
Correct.
There are former coaches in that room. Frank Beamer's a defensive-minded guy, Beamer ball, you know.
So by that?
We'll see what they think about that.
Okay, now I surmise that in the end of this, it's going to be the first year the SEC gets 4 teams in the bracket. You tell me that's probably not going to happen. But Alabama and Georgia are going to play. Is there a chance that the game is sort of meaningless and that they both show up in the Final 4?
There is a chance, but only if I think Alabama loses a close game. And at that point, then you're looking at 3 teams for that 4th spot. You're looking at a 1-loss Alabama, 1-loss Oklahoma as Big 12 champ, and 1-loss Ohio State. And there is a very good possibility that Alabama could unseat 2 Power 5 conference champs.
Well, and last year, they both ended up there, and then they both ended up in the title game. It's Heather Dinich, and stay tuned, because a week from Sunday is when it gets really, really good, because we'll have our 4. Thanks so much.
Thanks.